All right, guys, I'm making this video to kind of be all-inclusive. It is going to be longer because there's a couple things in here, but it's to talk about stuff going on in Tennessee. So let's hope we don't hit the full 10-minute mark, but just let you know it's there. I talk pretty fast, but if you need it faster, feel free to hit the button on, the thing on the side, let to speed up. But anyway, let's start with the questions. I have some notes I'm going to read from because there was a lot here, but a question that keep coming up in different videos is, why is there no military support? Why is nothing being done? Anybody saying nothing's being done, there's no support, is absolutely incorrect. No, National Guard has not been deployed in multiple areas, including Tennessee. I don't know why, but it has not happened. They have received no calls for help. But why is nothing being done? No, things are being done. FEMA is involved, and multiple agencies, TEMA, I guess, which is Tennessee's equivalent to FEMA, are all deployed and doing what they can. About 3,500 people from federal government are deployed. I don't think people understand this is a huge event that has taken place. It is unprecedented for what it is. We do not have the resources in this country in places they need to be. More on that a little bit later in this video. But we are not prepped for this. We don't have it, you guys. This is why people kept saying we need to prep for this thing, but we just don't have it. This is not just a normal run-of-the-mill hurricane that hit like a couple of places in Florida. This is a massive natural disaster that hit multiple areas, a lot that we're not prepared for it. The next thing I keep saying is this is normal. No, this is not normal. This is not a normal storm. This is an exaggerated storm due to weather conditions, due to global warming that has happened. There are a lot of areas that were not ready for this, that have never experienced anything of this scale, and they're still not ready for that. Another question coming up is, this is an isolated disaster. It'll be fine. People will rebuild. No, this is not isolated. This is the new normal going forward. This is what the result of us doing what we've done to the environment is causing. That's all there is to it. This is the new normal. This is the baseline. From here, it could be worse. It may be a year before we see something like this. We could see this happen again this year, or it could happen to another slice of the country. But this is the new normal, guys. This is what's going to keep happening. This is where we're at. We're not 10 years out anymore. We're here. So all the people that were telling you this was going to happen, here we are. The next big topic I keep seeing running around is we shouldn't politicize this. Yes, this is a political issue. It absolutely is. But people need to understand the difference in the types of political issues, okay? This is what I need a lot of people to pay attention to as well. This is a political issue. All of the times that we were told global warming wasn't a thing and used as a political tool to do so, that was politicizing an issue. Because of conversations like that in politics and in the populace in general, it's allowed a lot of areas to be underprepared and to ignore this issue from happening. From the people who were in charge that could have done something. So yes, it's a political issue. The policies of keeping money away from areas that needed it, when they knew things like this could happen, that's a political issue. Those are valid political issues. The other thing I'm seeing is a lot of people are celebrating because they're like, oh, this is so great. A lot of sun downtowns got wiped out, and it is not worth the loss of life of everyone else for a couple of towns that are problematic here and there to be wiped out. I don't care how bad the areas are. The reality is a lot more people who were innocent got hurt than those who weren't. And that's not the way this should be handled. This isn't a Noah's Ark situation, you guys. It doesn't work that way. And those people are absolutely wrong. The people that are doing that needs to be something to be reported and those videos be removed. We should not be celebrating red states being decimated because a few people there, a vocal minority, are vocal about the things they don't like and spewing their hate. This is not how we respond to this. It is not what should be happening at all. All right, next up on the roster here of things I've been seeing in videos because there's been a lot of content is they'll rebuild. It'll be fine. They'll fix this. Everything will go back to normal. No, they won't. There is no back to normal. This is one of those events that's going to have a major impact for years, right? This isn't going to be just cleaned up in a year, in 12 months, or it is going to be years of things. For one, the scale of this damage will have a large financial impact, the likes of which we have not seen. Everybody thought Hurricane Katrina was bad. This is much worse. I don't even know where the money's going to come from for this because we are not prepped for this. There's not enough emergency management to handle this. Right? It's just not really in the budget. So we're going to see how that pans out. Second, for those that rent or own, rebuilding may be an issue. You may not be able to. Both due to the cost of building materials right now. If you guys haven't noticed, there's a reason besides the homes that are, unavailable because market fixing and stuff. There's an issue getting new homes. They're expensive. So let's say you live in one of these areas and originally your house cost maybe $100,000 to build, right? Maybe you were lucky, you've owned your home for years. Well, to rebuild your home, it may now cost $500,000 or more. And that may be something the insurance company doesn't want to do. Like, they're not required to. They can pay you out. They're not required to rebuild your home, right? So there's a lot in the insurance side that's really, really iffy with this. And then there's the other issue, which is sure, you can rebuild, but how many people can afford the insurance rate hike that's going to be coming? It will be coming. Make no mistake, the insurance company's not taking a loss on this. They're going to get their money back. Even if magically the federal government gives them a check to write it all good, they're still going to raise rates because the insurance company knows it's going to happen again. So there's that. Third, even if you do rebuild, and you can't afford that rate hike, this is going to happen again. It's not like this is it. We're done. This is never happening again. It will happen again. Fourth, some people will not be able to rebuild. That's a reality. I would venture to say a good percentage of people are not going to be able to rebuild. They're not going to be able to reopen their businesses. They're going to be displaced. That's going to happen. Things are going to be off for a bit too. The lakes, the waterways, all of that is now polluted. All of that is now dirty water. That is going to take some time to get rectified. And the amount of debris that's displaced, people are going to be cleaning this mess up for years. This is going to be a huge issue. We're almost done, guys. Do apologize for it being so long. Something else I've seen is a lot of people praising Elon Musk because he's providing internet to people. Look, I'm not going to buy into that too well. He's going to expect a paycheck for that. If you don't believe me, ask the people in Ukraine how that went when he was providing Starlink and they threatened to shut it off mid-conflict if they didn't pay him X amount of money. He's not doing this to be kind. He wants money is what he wants. Remember, he doesn't have money except on paper. So where he can get actual money, he's going to gouge people for it, and that's what's going to happen here. Just watch the news. You'll see. Lastly, we need to do better. I guess a lot of stores in areas like Tennessee and North Carolina have police posted in front of grocery stores and other shops to prevent people from looting or rioting, and they're not letting anybody even buy anything. They're keeping the people out where they're in need. Walmart in particular is one I keep seeing come up. They're not allowing people to get anything. This is wrong. Walmart needs to be letting people have that stuff. They should be giving it away. I don't care what your opinion on the side or the other is the reality is Walmart should be doing that. They're going to lose the stuff anyway. The food is going to go bad anyway. They need to be giving that to people that can use it. They need to be rationing it out to all the people and taking those police, if they're going to have them guard the store, which is a waste anyway because those police could be doing other things, they need to have those police be rationing those stuff out or watching things to make sure it's handled in organized fashion and give people the water and the food they need. Why? Walmart's going to claim insurance on this. They're going to get their money back. That is going to happen. They should give all the food and stuff they can away, keep track of that as best as possible, and then at that point, I do think the federal government should provide Walmart funding back for the fact that they were giving away during a disaster. But do you think Walmart's going to really lose money on the TVs they're selling? No, they're getting an insurance claim on that. So they should either get a tax write-off for giving the stuff away or should be getting money back at the end as a claim to the federal government is what they should get, and they should be helping people. If not, Walmart needs to stop presenting themselves as the neighbor who cares because they are not. Keep that in mind. I'm sure I missed a bunch in here. I do apologize. It's already a long video, guys. If you're still here, I appreciate you watching this. This is the best I can do. I have no money to give anybody. My car is not enough to get in those areas to help anybody. I would get stuck trying to get in there. Plus, I have no way to get anything there myself. So there is really nothing I can do at this point. I don't have the ability to take time out from what I do to be able to take care of my home without becoming homeless to go help people. I wish I could. I wish I could help people. But if tomorrow they're hiring people and they say that we need relief workers and they're able to pay a wage that's going to keep people there to help, I'll be glad to take off and go that way if I can. But right now, there's not much that I can do. They have federal people doing what they can. If National Guard's called at some point, great. But, that's where it's at. Mainly this video is made to cover multiple points of videos I keep saying. I see a lot of ignorance and naivety about the issue coming up. I see a lot of anger. I get it. And I see a lot of people being terrible towards people because they think somehow this is a win because certain people who might be racist are now maybe unalived or impoverished and that's what they get. And that's not helping. It doesn't do anything. Those people are just going to move someplace else. It doesn't make it any better, you guys. Anyway, please leave your comments below. Let me know what you think, what you're seeing, what your opinion is on the issue. I was going to do a live over something else, but we may end up talking about this at this point just to kind of see where people are at. But yeah, it is a really devastating situation, you guys, and really horrible this is happening. But anyway, I'm going to cut it here. This video's getting really long. I do appreciate it if you've been here the entire time. Yeah,